Hi friends, welcome back to the studio, and for the next couple weeks I'll be focusing on making inventory for my next in-person market. If you're new here, I'm Joanne, a sustainable designer with a small handmade business. I create sewing content, tutorials, and of course unique handmade pieces. For this market, I'll be focusing on two of my best sellers, towel vest tops and high-waisted jeans. These always do well at these types of markets, so I make sure to bring a good size range so people have plenty of options to choose from. Without further ado, let's just jump right in. Since I have limited time to work with, I only chose 6 for this round of vest tops, and I'm going to be making 2 small, 2 medium, and 2 large, so I have a good size range for my booth. And I'm going to start with these since they're easier than the jeans. The jeans take a little bit more time and they're time consuming, so I'll start with the easy one first, knock them out, and then move on to the jeans. But I already chose the towels here. Originally, I thought I was going to be super ambitious and make 13 of them, but don't have time for that. But I'll just do 6 for this round and 7 for the next round, and then anything left over from this market I'll just put online with the other bunch. But I chose 6 here. I already have the contrast pieces, so I don't have to go shopping for them. I have all the threads, so I could just start sewing after I cut them out. So but yeah, gonna start with the easy one first, just so I feel good and motivated to move on to the jeans next. I went ahead and look through each of the towels to see what size I want to pick, and a lot of it is kind of random, and sometimes I use the width of the towel to cut the size because sometimes it's not wide enough for the bigger sizes. But it looks like everything could be cut in each size, so I just kind of randomly picked it and kind of based it on the past and what I've sold before, similar colors I sold in certain size category. So I'm determined that this kind of pastel-y ones will be small, these mid-tone darker navy ones will be medium. I think I cut this blue one actually in a small before, so I'll cut it in a medium this time. And these ones too, I just randomly kind of picked them to be a large, and so I have like a nice size range for my market. Things are coming along. I was able to cut all the pieces out. I have 2 small, 2 medium, and 2 large. That would be enough variety for my booth for this coming market and for my shop. So I'm gonna start off with these, get these out. I already cut the contrast pieces out too. So all I have to do is get out the overlock machine again and start sewing. I'll probably start off with the lighter color since it's the same overlock thread, and then just sew the tops as quickly as possible because I still have jeans to do right after this. So I'm just gonna get these going, and then I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. I'm finally finished with all the tops, and now I'm just kind of sorting them out to see which kind of buttons I want to put on them. I do have 2 colorways for the buttons, so I'm gonna put the lighter tones maybe with this lighter buttons, and then the darker tones I'll do these dark buttons. But I'm gonna first mark the holes first and then whip out my other machine for the buttonholes. It's already kind of the afternoon, so I probably won't get to cutting the jeans, but I'll finish out the rest of the day putting all the holes, and we'll start fresh tomorrow with the jeans. But for the rest of today, I'm just gonna do buttons. I finished all the buttonholes last night, and what I'm doing this morning is just gonna trim the fringe to make it even and then do some last minute tacking, and then I'm just gonna put aside these tops and sew on the buttons in the evening when I'm watching something, because I want to utilize the full day to cut the jeans today. I have 5 pairs of jeans that I need to sew within a week. I have a total of exactly 1 week to finish these, and I'm including, I have to wash the jeans after I make them too. So I have to calculate that timing as well as packing. So I'm gonna get to it. Full busy day today. Now on to the jeans. I'm in my hallway where my denim roll lives. Basically, it's too heavy for me to pick up. I actually had my brother move it here, and it's kind of its permanent home for now until it's light enough for me to handle and pick up. I'm going to be cutting the amount of yardage I need just for the jeans. I already have 1 pair of jeans that I could cut from some scraps that I have, and then for the remaining 4 pair of jeans, I'm gonna cut from this roll. It's basically, I estimate 3 yards per jean, so 12 yards I'm gonna cut from this and then take it to the floor to cut. A little outfit change. I wanted to tie the hair up since I'm crawling around on the floor and wearing all black because the denim kind of rubs off blue and I don't want to ruin any clothes. So I'm just gonna ride out the rest of today cutting out these jeans. This is my little needle box with all my new needles in this vintage Peckle little tin box from my childhood. But I put all my needles in here, and I'm gonna be using a size 16 to sew this denim. I like to start with a fresh new needle since there's a lot of top stitching going on, and I like to use size 16 for a 13 to 14 ounce denim. For thicker denim, I would go higher, like an 18, but I think 16 is sufficient for this project. So I'm gonna insert a new fresh needle, and honestly, I probably go through a lot of them because they break actually, especially with multiple thick layers with denim. I definitely go through a lot when I'm sewing a batch of jeans. So this won't be the first replacement. I'll probably replace it a few times, but I have a fresh new pack that I bought earlier, and so I'm well prepared for this project. So size 16 for denim, pro tip. Pockets are all finished, and now I'm moving on to the zipper. I have all the zipper pieces all prepped. I have my zipper on hand, and if you're curious, these are YKK 7-inch jean zippers where they lock, and that's very important. You want a locking jean zipper so they don't just undo itself. And then I have a zipper foot ready to go. So switching things up, gonna insert all the zippers now. Wearing the same black t-shirt today because I only own this one black top and the denim kind of rubs off, so I don't want to ruin any shirts, so wearing the same shirt today. And for yesterday, I did end up finishing all the panels together. I sewed them all together, and then I also ended up finishing the edges with the overlock. So my game plan today is doing all the top stitching. That's a lot. There's 4 panels per jean, and I have 5 pairs of jeans, so that's a lot of top stitching. So hopefully I could get that done this morning. That's ambitious, but we'll see. This morning, maybe early afternoon. And then I really want to get to the waistband and also belt loops. Those are the 3 things I wrote today. That's very ambitious. That's a lot of top stitching. A lot of things going on today. So I'm just going to jump into it with the top stitching.
Just keep your head to the sky. Just keep your head to the sky. Just keep your head to the sky.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired today. I was at the sewing machine till 9 p.m. yesterday, sewing on all the belt loops. I was able to tack them all on, but I'm still going over with the top stitching thread to make everything look nice. And I'm just gonna break up these two tasks this morning between the belt loops and doing a hem, because I realized doing the one thing over and over again last night that it was kind of driving me crazy. So this just gives me a little variety in between so I can focus and keep interest in what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to just switch between those tasks and then get to the buttonholes and buttons, at least not too late today. And then I'll have tomorrow morning to wash the jeans and then pack and do all that tagging before I leave on Friday morning to San Francisco for the market I'm doing this weekend. So a lot to do today, very busy. So I'm just gonna get these done, hopefully not too late in the evening, and get to the buttons not too late tonight. I made it to the buttonhole stage and I did a little test run to make sure the jean button fits through, and it does. So I'm just gonna mark all the buttonholes. I'm really happy about time-wise. I didn't think I would make it this far in the day. I still have a few hours of daylight, and hopefully I'm not working too late tonight to insert all the buttons, but I'm super excited that this project is finally coming to an end, and the easy part is just washing the jeans. I do like to measure my jeans. I like to keep good record of the before and after. That's how I made this pattern specifically for this denim. So I like to keep track of the sizing. I'm a little fit nerd about that. I'm just gonna finish the rest of today just inserting all the buttons and all the finishing touches, tying off all the loose threads and all that. I'm just gonna continue on, and thank you for hanging out with me this hectic day. I really was super worried that it just wouldn't work out. Never say never. I still have to insert these buttonholes, and hopefully it causes no trouble for the rest of today.
Just keep your head to the sky. Just keep your head to the sky. Just keep your head to the sky. I'm outside looking in. The looks are all different. It happened.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me while I make new inventory for my shop. I hope this gives you a bit of an insight of my process and inspiration. If you like this video, please subscribe. I also make other sewing content and tutorials. If you want to see what I'm currently making, please follow me on my socials. And if you want to support me, please shop my handmade goods on my website. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.